Hey everyone. So I just recorded a whole part two video, but it didn't have audio, so I'm trying it again. Um, this is Engage the Trade on Twitter and StockTwits. I did buy a work call right down here at 28.50ish for the bounce. And so I missed that on that video. And then I also called out a put for Peloton here, right here. So it's actually down here at the support level. So hopefully it can bounce on that and then give a good day trade opportunity down there, because the lockup expiration was recently, and that's what caused the squeeze because no one was selling. But you know that if this starts selling, there's a whole lot of new sellers who could get rid of their stocks quick. And so that's a big thing to watch. They maybe weren't selling then, but now that the market's not doing so hot, they could be sellers now. So as for the work call, it's currently up 28% on this bounce. It bounced pretty good, but it's still kind of getting rejected by the 8-day. So this is the 8 EMA, and I followed that both on the way up and on the way down for certain things. For example, today on this breakout, it kind of had a failed breakout attempt, but then when it curled up and got over and broke out for good, you could follow the 8 EMA all the way up until there's a 5-minute candle that closes below it, which there kind of was here. Not much though. And it gave this last big move. And then kind of collapsed back down. And then there's the true close under the 8 EMA. So that's kind of how I would have kind of traded it on the way up normally if I'm like sticking to my rules. But what I did was I sold it like right here, so I didn't get that extra bit. So anyway, I bought back in here, and let's see if it can break over the 8 EMA right here while SPY makes new lows. SPY, this is SPX actually, to show you futures and everything. Here's the support level, and the little supports here, but none of those held, and so it's going down to quite a ways for the next true support. There's a little bit here at 30.12, but yeah, down here will be the next big support. But with that going down, work is still bouncing because it's more related to coronavirus stuff. Doesn't mean it will stay, but that's just kind of why I got that bounce, even though the market was fading. Great put here, though. This is a nice 30-cent move from the entry I mentioned on that. RAD is a great one here. This is actually great coronavirus play, but right now with the market, it's fading, and this is a nice kind of like a head and shoulders play here. You got these supports, but if you kind of make this line this way with these two bounces on the trend. But yeah, that's a great short through, but I wouldn't be too strong on that, because this could definitely reverse because it's coronavirus related. Rite Aid drugstores, people are going to come in there to get their medicine. A lot lot of sales. So, I mean, that looks great for a short right now, but long term, I would definitely be watching this over if it can come back over this level. Would be interesting to see what it does there. Market still dropping. I have this support down here. So we'll see if it can get to it and then hold it. Another coronavirus play related to work, people working from home. Facebook had announced someone in Seattle has the coronavirus, and so they are doing 5,000 employees working from home now. And so that was in the news, and that probably helped work a little bit today. But there's been stuff the last week or two I've been calling out on Twitter, and it never really caught on until today. But Zoom, definitely a good option here too. It's got some lower lows here and some lower highs, but if it can break this trend line right about this 126.50 spot and then risk to wherever the kind of first big low is, once that spot breaks. So let's say this breaks that now, you could risk to the bottom of this candle. Keep a tight stop, because you could risk all the way down to here, but if you're buying calls, that's going to be a big percentage miss, which is why if you're buying calls, enter with lower amounts than if you're buying shares, so you don't lose massive amounts of money on the percentage swings. You do notice that this bounce came right at the top here, the previous resistance. So that's another good thing to see. But yeah, just watch that for the break. Coming back to work, it looks like it's giving another attempt at the AEMA, while SPY has a little bounce, kind of more lows, but taking a little time. It's not really truly flushing yet. So with work right now, I'm still at like 22% from the low here. I'd like to hold it, but I have to leave here soon and would probably sell because it's just too volatile to watch. I'm not going to watch it while I'm driving. Just to show you a couple others from the checklist. I just walk through all these during the intraday and just see what's showing up. I also go through a bunch of new ones, but I won't really do that right now. So this broke out but rejected. And then you've got this one, NIO, which is a good potential short, like I mentioned in the video part 1, but earnings is coming soon, so that can mess up things because a lot of people might be exiting their short positions or selling a bunch before, which obviously would help a short here. But there's a lot of wonky stuff that happens before earnings that can either move it a lot in odd directions, that kind of contradict the chart, or keep it from moving much at all because people are just waiting for that. Smile Direct broke out big and then is pulling back now. Most stuff is with this Datadog. Man, what a break. Massive break there. Pulling back again, just like most of this stuff. Yeti, like I was saying, I would have wanted to form more of a base probably, and it definitely started breaking down here, so I would look at that as a potential short, breaking down that support level. CubeSmart, nice breakout, pulling back again, just like most of the stuff in the market. Dropbox, I mentioned how it was a little weaker compared to work as far as the cup and handle didn't quite get to there. And so even it gapped down like most things did, but it just couldn't get any strength. So this actually would be a good potential short here, showing that the bounce it wasn't strong. Slack we've looked at, but if you look at the, excuse my squeaky voice, if you look at the 30-minute here, you can see that massive break and then pull back to the support right here, which is nice. Great risk reward. If it breaks down below that, I would get out of that. But it's a great risk reward spot, and that's what you want to find. You want to be able to say, am I able to manage risk well in this trade? If so, then it's worth considering if all of the other things align. If you can't manage risk well in a trade, don't trade it. Here's a Intel, great cup and handle, gap down, tried again, couldn't do it. So this could be a good short opportunity too with the market down. Glue, I actually mentioned it could come back down to test the trend line like a lot of them do. And sure enough, it's doing that. So if this kind of comes back up here for a break, it'll be a little stronger. I'll be a little more confident in it, especially with the market down. If it can kind of go against that, that would be good. This is a great strangle opportunity into tomorrow, which is Friday. Friday expirations could be good on that. Let's go to flowers.com, 1-800-flowers.com. This one's been looking great. It's actually kind of curling over, so this could be a potential short as well because it's stayed up with the market lately. Anyway, I won't get too detailed here. Chewy, another breakout that's pulling back to test the trend line, and that would be a good potential one over that 28-22 area. So you just want to keep doing this. Looking at all the charts I was looking at before, seeing if any are setting up. INO broke out, kind of came back down. Wow. Interesting. Came back all the way to here for support, so we'll see what that does. Might hold this and go further, but with the market drop, I think a lot of things are freezing up or dropping. Okay, here's a good bounce in Peloton. So shorts on that at around 1 or 130 or 2, that might be a good play. Strong fade into close is what I like to see on stuff like this that's finally giving up. And then a gap down, of course, but I probably won't hold anything overnight unless it strangles due to the choppy market. Here's RAD bouncing here. That could give another curl to short as well, or it could give a nice V to play the squeeze. This is a great short trap though for long-term coronavirus play, so you want it to have these kind of big drops to load in more shorts, so it has more power to the upside. Going back to so that was just the checklist, and then going back to work, looks like it's up 14% now. Can't break that 8 EMA yet. Oops, that's Bitcoin. I keep an eye on Bitcoin. Look at this great chart here. Nice flag, breakout. Another flag break. I mean, that's a great move. You can make some good money with simple chart patterns with crypto. It's amazing how well they follow chart patterns as well. Can be a little more volatile, but overall, I mean, that's a clean break. It doesn't always happen like that though. All right, this one's getting pretty choppy here. So we were looking at SPX. It's still just inching lower. So we'll see what that does. See what work does. Like I said, I'm probably going to sell this before I leave, but I'll wait about 10 more minutes. And then come back and look at RAD and Peloton and some others for potential shorts or longs later on. So hope this helps. Remember to manage risk. Always manage risk. Oh yeah, LL is another one that's great. Potential to squeeze some shorts out. There's Luckin Coffee, nice coil and breakout. Yeah, so tons of charts. I could look at these charts all day, but I won't. I'll let you go. But this is what I do in the day. You can follow me at Engage the Trade on Twitter. And then I have a website coming soon and a blog through Medium. And then, these YouTube videos. So look out for those. Thanks for watching.